Would you like to support Cubs Out Loud? One way is to join us over on Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, patrons get early access to our shows, the pre and post show, and various other rewards. You can learn more at patreon.com/CubsOutLoud. Thanks to all our patrons for their support in making this podcast. In this episode of Cubs Out Loud, it's time for another Let's Talk About Food. With summer in full swing, it's state fair time and the Cubs are hungry. In part 2, the guys return to Wisconsin State for another deep dive into their delectable delights. From footlongs to bubble waffles, will the Cubs devour these great eats, or will they not be enough to satiate their fair food desires? Get a mouthful as COL748 starts now. It's July 28th, 2024, or is it 27th? I'm confused.
It's 28th.
Okay. But anyways, my name is Jeff.
Who's your bear? That's right. I am your bear.
I'm Damon.
I don't brew the tea, I just serve it.
And that makes me Gary.
Everyone else is thinking it, and I just say it.
Welcome to Cubs Out Loud, the rare podcast of indeterminate length, episode number 748. We are no longer in an airplane, but we are traveling to another state. Why? Because of food.
Just eat it, eat it.
Okay, people are adjusting the numbers in front of me, so I actually see that that it actually indeed would be the 28th. Because I can't do math, and the numbers were not necessarily right on the document I have, so that's why. Anyways, we're continuing on from last week. Gary, take us over to Wisconsin. By the way, I had family from Wisconsin. All of my family in Wisconsin has moved to Minnesota. the better state, except Wisconsin is known for its cheese. And you know what I really like? Cheese. So I'm part Wisconsinite. I would still consider myself a Minnesotan, but I can at least claim part Wisconsinite.
Anyways. So, yes, we are returning to Wisconsin. It is the Let's Talk About Food States Fairs 2024 Part 2. And if you recall, in last week's episode, we talked about Wisconsin's State Fair introduced over 100 new foods this year. And no, we are not going over all of them, but we are continuing the list of culinary items that we have put together for discussion. And kind of comes down to two main areas. One, would we eat it? Two, would we buy it? Because sometimes we're willing to taste it, but we're not willing to shell out any clams for that stuff.
I would like to make a minor distinction for the scale.
Uh-oh.
It's actually a 3-step. It's skip it, try it, buy it. So we can put this on a scale, kind of like in some sense, like a 1 to 3, right? Right. But it's actually probably a little bit broader than that, because we found out last week, at least I figured out last week, was there were parts where I was like, I'd try it, but it's kind of the low end of try. So there's a little bit of a range in between. So there's like a range of skip it, range of try, right, range of buy. Like buy is like, give it to me now for the top end. And skip is like, yeah.
I think that's fair. A skip it is a pass. A try it is a I'm intrigued. I will go further with this. You may proceed, if you will. You may proceed. and the buy it is shove it in me. So yeah, I get that. That's fair.
What he
So with
said.
that being said, let's dive into our first item, the funnel dog.
Okay.
Wow.
Fun-
We're going to start off with something phallic after you said, shut it in me.
No one is shocked by this. The funnel dog is the perfect combination of sweet and savory that is guaranteed to satisfy the traditional fair food cravings you wait for all year long. A foot-long hot dog dipped in funnel cake mix and then deep fried to perfection and topped with all the classics. So Jeff, applying your newly minted, patent pending, copyright notwithstanding, fair. Let's talk about food. Food fair scale.
I am turned off by the funnel part of it.
Right.
So I just don't like funnel cake. But it's a hot dog. It's a wiener. I like putting wieners in my mouth. So I would at least try
We
it.
know. I mean, your recent escapade to Cincinnati has proven
I was
that
gifted a
something has
fan.
real thing.
I was gifted a fan like a week or so ago. The only problem with this fan is that it only has one word on it, and this is not something that I would fan right now. But there is something I would fan, but I don't have the fan, so I'm gonna need somebody else to fan for me. Thank you.
There you go. There you go. Fact. Okay. That's very fair.
That being said,
So, like, I will
Yeah.
say this for those that can't see the visual. It looks like a corn dog,
yeah,
like with
The
a
thing is, I don't
with
like corn dogs.
a weird tiger tail chocolate stripe on the outside. I'm just saying.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't like corn dogs.
Mm,
But this is
that's a
not
shame.
this is not like pancake batter, so maybe I like it. I don't know. This is kind of like I'm not a fan of funnel cake to begin with.
Yeah.
And it's not like
So this for
I
you.
don't I think funnel cakes are gross. Again, it's more of a texture thing for me. But I would definitely say I would try it because of the wiener.
Wow. I would buy this. I would absolutely buy this.
Okay.
Funnel cake, like, so I am one who, I don't know if you all remember, but I remember like back in the day, um, like middle school, elementary school lunch, you used to have the like sausage on a stick, and it was
Mhm.
basically like wrapped in a pancake, and
Mhm.
so it was a like sausage wrapped in pancake. And I love the fuck out of that. So this is kind of going along that line to me, and I would be all for it. But I also, unlike Jeff, I like corn dogs as well. So this kind of
Right.
all kind of goes together. I would want to know if there is a dip of some kind. Like, yeah, I would want to know if there's a dip.
Yeah, like it's a little weird because they say top with all the classics, and I'm like, what are the classics?
Well,
You're
the
not
classics are
describing
usually
them.
so powdered sugar, strawberry, like the strawberry like
Uh-huh.
stuff, and then chocolate.
Right,
Those
but
are
like
three classics.
looking at this photo, it's very difficult to tell
Right.
quite what it comes with, other than I think that's chocolate drizzle that's been put over it,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
some powdered sugar if you look close enough. And if you're not looking close enough, it just looks like the powdered sugar is like a reflective, like shine.
True.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there's that.
Yeah. I mean, I know me personally, I would try this, or I would buy this.
Okay. I would try it. I might be willing to buy it, but I almost feel like, well, since it's a foot long, if anybody is willing to let me have a bite of it so I could taste it, that's like probably the first option,
Right. That's fair.
and then go from there. Okay, so staying in the kind of the sweet realm, here's something interesting. Granola bar cream sandwich trio. So this features 3 flavors of soft, chewy granola bars filled with a rich vanilla cream and drizzled with a tangy raspberry lemon sauce. Granola bar cream sandwich flavors include honey almond, almond chocolate, and espresso almond chocolate. They are gluten-free and dairy-free. So you basically get a little food boat, and inside of it are 3 ice cream sandwiches. The filling in the center is the same. The raspberry lemon sauce is the same that's drizzled across all 3. It happens to be the sandwich, quote unquote, the granola sandwich that like makes each sandwich. There's 2 sides to it. So you get like 3 little ice cream sandwiches.
Okay. I am confusion because it says dairy free, but it calls it vanilla cream, and there's a
Mhm.
cream sandwich, and that part. Now, is it possible to have a cream that is not milk based? I'm assuming so. You could probably potentially do something maybe with an almond milk. Considering all of these are almond, I have a feeling this is going to be very almond forward.
Mm.
Um, so maybe it's like is there an almond heavy cream? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know, but that's kind of where I'm going with it. It's confusing me because it says dairy free, but it calls it cream. I would need more information because I don't want to be lied to. Because if I don't have these sensitivities,
Mhm.
but if someone I know does, I would want to make sure you're calling it cream, but and saying it's dairy free. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
there's anything that's dairy, there is a non or normally dairy, there is a non-dairy version. And I don't know how all of it works, chemicals, I'm assuming. But something that's lactose free, like lactose free milk and such. So it
right?
may be when
Yeah,
they say dairy free, they mean lactose free or something like that. So for
maybe.
those with lactose sensitivity, um, which is basically what the gluten part of it is, uh, that's probably what's happening. In any
Right.
case, for me, it's pass
So it's a
immediately,
skip it.
and here's why. Um, I don't like nuts. I know that sounds weird after I was talking about wieners before, but I'm just not a fan of nuts. And
That's fair.
also, all of that cream is just going to squish right out of that sandwich. Because when you bite down on it like a sandwich, it's just going to compress and all the cream's just going to out.
Hmm.
This is going to be, these either are bite sized morsels that you just pop in your mouth, or it's the construction is a problem. Because granola
Mhm.
bars, even chewy ones, especially even chewy ones, they're still they still have a lot of they're very firm,
Right.
so it
Yeah.
still
Right.
takes much to bite down through. Chewies obviously are a little bit easier to chew through because they're soft, but it's it's not going to work as well as it doesn't work as a sandwich with for
Mm,
the construction is an issue, I think.
mm.
So, besides the fact that I don't want it because I'm not an almond fan, I'm not a nut fan. Um, so it's just, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it tastes good, but not for me.
It's a skip. It's a skip for you.
Yeah, if you took out the nut part of it, I'd probably be more inclined. But here we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will try it. I to be blunt, I eat granola bars a lot. I eat them all the time. I don't
Mhm.
necessarily. This is nothing like fantastical or new to me. Um, So I'm also kind of like Jeff. Like I feel like this would just be a squishy. Like all the cream's going to come out of the sides anyway. Um, and I am sus on what the cream is. And that's the other part.
Right.
But it's fine. It's fine. I'm not hating it. I'm just feeling a certain kind of way about it. I would
That's
try
fair.
it. If someone got it, I would try it. But
Yeah. I'm in the try camp. Like there's nothing revolutionary necessarily about this. And after listening to what you guys had to say, I was like, yeah. Now if this was in a bowl or like a parfait and like the
Right.
granola was like, cut up into little pieces or something, then like and I eat it with a spoon, I probably would be much more
Right.
interested.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So let's take a left turn at Albuquerque, to quote a famous cross-dressing cartoon character. And so this is jalapeno chocolate chip cookie dough on a stick. It says it's a delightful fusion of sweet and spicy, designed to tantalize taste buds like never before. At the heart of this innovative creation lies signature chocolate chip cookie dough, dipped in jalapeno chili infused milk chocolate coating, topped with crispy jalapeno pieces, and wait for it, flaming hot Cheetos.
And by the way, I'm pretty sure that the chocolate chip cookie dough has been pasteurized for your protection.
Right.
So
One would
don't
hope
worry
so.
about any raw egg or something like that. Or maybe even
Right.
an eggless cookie dough, which makes it probably bad. But I'm gonna have to put a pass on this. It sounds good. But then they threw in flaming hot Cheetos. And flaming hot Cheetos is not bad in and of itself. Not really something I enjoy having, but I could skip it for something like that. So if it was just jalapeno chocolate chip cookie dough on a stick without the flaming hot Cheetos, I'd probably be more inclined on it. But because they have the flaming hot Cheetos, I'm gonna say veto.
It's a skip for me too. Hate to say it.
Okay.
I jalapeno chocolate, no. Flaming hot Cheetos, no. Cookie dough, no.
You don't like cookie dough? Like is it just
I
regular
don't.
cookie
I don't. I
dough?
don't. Even like
Not a hard
okay,
gasp,
let me
but just a mild
let me
mild
rephrase.
gasp.
I can do some cookie doughs, but it's usually like in like an ice cream or in something like that. And
Mhm.
I might be tempted to try this, but usually for me and cookie dough, I'm kind of a no because it's not
You
something
don't like
I prep
licking the beater?
the bat. No, cake batter.
He'd rather lick the person that beat it.
That's true.
Anyone? No? Okay.
Okay,
Moving on.
that's where another fact fan would come up. I cannot call that shade.
Gary, how about you, shady bitch?
So I was really good with this, and then when they said flaming hot Cheetos, I was like, really? Like this is screaming to the kids. This is to
Yeah.
the hotheads out there. Like this is to the
Yeah.
fanatics who love flaming hot Cheetos. And I was like, I don't
like you
know.
go. So I went. This is at Cora and Mila's cookie dough. So they have a, obviously they have a location, and I go to their like page. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely like a kid like thing. Well, probably adults too. Don't get me wrong, they probably like it too. But like, it's cookie dough on a stick, so yeah, it makes sense to me that this is something. Oh no, okay, I might try something that they have because they have deep fried cookie dough. Sorry, that I might be interested in.
So, I mean, I guess my feeling on it is if somebody else bought it and I could have a taste, like
Mm-hmm.
a bite of all the different flavor component pieces, I might be intrigued, but I am not spending money on this.
So you're a try it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I'm not gonna pass on it completely. I'm gonna try it, but I ain't fucking shelling money out for this. Like there are better things on the menu. I'm just saying.
That part, like the deep fried cookie dough that I just mentioned. So
All right, so let's move out of sweet into savory. Next up is the loaded baked potato churro. So it says dig into all the goodness of a loaded baked potato with a crispy deep fried outer layer. The loaded baked potato churro is stuffed with the classic baked potato toppings like bacon, chives, cheddar cheese with a house-made sour cream and onion dipping sauce on the side.
You had me at loaded baked potato.
right.
That's an immediate get it in me now.
So the picture shows, I guess, like 3 of these quote unquote churros. And I think churros is really pushing it. Like I think they are just rods of potato goodness. Like, but I guess potato rod was just not acceptable or something, and they decided to call it a churro. Because I'm like, there really isn't anything churro about this, technically, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
That's fair.
But
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So potato log, whatever. Like, call it something. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also, I would buy this too. I would definitely buy this. Carrie.
See, I'm a definite try. I think it depends on what mood I'm in.
Mm,
Cause like if like I'm having a beer, this is a buy.
right.
But if I just like ate a bunch of other stuff, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, hold on a moment.
I can see that. Uh-oh.
I might be changing my mind a little bit. I'd probably buy it, but I'm probably on the low end to buy. And here's why: because I'm rereading the description.
Mm-hmm.
Loaded baked potato churro is stuffed with the classic baked potato toppings like bacon, chives, and cheddar cheese with homemade sour cream and onion dipping sauce on the side. As far as I can tell, there's no potato.
Well, I
It's
think
it's
that's
it's like a churro batter. So but
oh.
then they stuff it with the toppings of the loaded baked potato.
All right, now I call
Interesting.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Like if I spent money on this and I find out there's no potato in it, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm just saying.
Listen to y'all. This is okay. I'm gonna just say this. This is at Worst Bar, which is a German place. I
Mhm.
doubt
It's Wurst.
whatever.
Wurst bar.
I doubt there is not potato in this. I'm just gonna say that. I highly doubt that there is not potato in this.
I don't know about that.
But
The description's not saying that.
yeah,
Yeah.
to Jeff's point, like I think there's some marketing shenanigans going on here.
Okay. Or maybe you all are reading too much
Like
into it.
like a loaded churro. Because when I think loaded, I think of cheddar cheese and sour cream and onions. Basically, all the toppings they're talking about. Like when you say loaded, that's what I'm thinking of for the topping. So if they just called it a loaded churro, I'd probably.
I don't know. Yeah, this seems sus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Y'all
try
could-
it. I don't know if I'm gonna
So
buy
You
I
it.
will,
almost had
I will
me.
buy the 3.
I'd probably still buy
I will
it
buy the
anyways
3.
because I still like the topping. I'd still buy
I
it.
will buy the 3, and you two can try it, and I'll eat the other one.
No.
Like,
I'm
that's-
still in buy. I'm still in the buy camp.
Okay.
I'm just not happy
So
that I went
right, Damon can buy it, and I will have a half of one. He will get the other 2.5, and I will decide whether or not I'm going to start like making picket signs and causing a riot because I feel like it's like misrepresented. And the way they can
Wow.
appease me is giving me a free chicken schnitzel tender like from their menu
Mm,
because that is a yes. Anyways, not that that's on the menu of items. I
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
like
yeah.
I was looking through their menu and I was like, ooh, I would definitely get
All
that.
I'm saying
Anyways.
is that Vespar needs to talk to Gertrude. You'll see why in a moment.
Okay. So, speaking of loaded, next up is the loaded gyro bratzel. So it says the sky's the limit when it comes to pretzel brats. The loaded gyro bratzel starts with a specialty gyro seasoned bratwurst wrapped in fresh pretzel dough, topped with salt and baked to a golden brown perfection. Next, it's topped with lemon tzatziki sauce, herb feta cheese, and shaved red onion. The fantastic specialty Euro seasoned bratwurst is made by St. Joe's Country Market based out of La Crosse, Wisconsin.
See? Better marketing. And it's not the exact same toppings, but it gets me wanting to go buy. And I will say buy because I love bratwurst. I love pretzels. Soft pretzels is how I'm getting that this is.
So before David
And
goes,
tzatziki sauce, feta cheese, shaved red onion.
so for me, I'm going to let David go last. For me, it's a yes, and I will buy it. And here's why. I already love bratwurst. I love Euro seasoning. I love Euros. Fresh pretzel dough baked is a win because it's not fucking deep fried. So that to me is impressive. The rest of the stuff is good. I'm not a huge fan of red onion, so I like the fact in the picture it's laid on top so I can like adjust to my taste. Like I don't have to eat all of the red onion that's there. I can kind of pick.
That's fair.
So for me, this is a buy, and I'm happy with it. Damon. I mean, I already know one thing that you have a problem with, so
So last week I talked about how I am not the biggest fan of brats. Like I don't like them. I love you, Jim. You heard me. I heard Jim just gasped in the kitchen. So and he gasped
well,
again.
he loves your bratwurst, Jim. That's different.
Having said that, though, I like Euros.
Okay.
And all of the things here are tantalizing to me. The idea of the Euro season brat, the pretzel dough kind of outside, the lemon tzatziki sauce, the herb feta cheese, the shaved onion I can deal without, but that's just a personal preference too. This is a try, possibly buy.
Okay.
Yeah, because despite my not being a big fan of bratwurst, this would probably convince me. I could eat bratwurst. It's not my favorite thing to eat.
Right.
But this I would be like, knowing this, so I'll put it like this. I would have to have read this to be interested.
Okay.
So if we were just walking around and it said like loaded Euro bratzel and it didn't give me any kind of description,
right,
I might pass this by.
Right.
But reading this, that sounds really fucking good, actually.
That's totally fair. I would be willing to buy and then let you have a taste, Damon, just to see if you really wanted to get it, because I get where you're coming from. You're like, on name alone doesn't sell me. However, once you read the description and you get a feeling for what they're doing with it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is something I could get into.
They sold me on loaded Euro brat.
Yeah, like for me, I'll put it like this: there's a lot of flavors going on here.
Yeah.
That counter for me a brat, and also the brat's not just the regular brat.
Right.
So that's that. Yeah, that's for me. All right.
That's fair. Yeah. All right, hold on to your seatbelts. We're going in a different direction.
Sorry, I forgot to
Next up,
image on that last one, so I'm giving him a few seconds on the last one.
That's fine. We're going to a name of something we've never had before. A peanut butter and jelly saddlebag.
I think I've been sold by
Okay.
the name. I'm curious about how it's a saddlebag. That's the question. But otherwise,
Right.
Right.
I'm
Right.
good.
So it says the peanut butter and jelly saddlebag is something easy to eat while roaming the state fair. Enjoy fond memories of a deep fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich prepared in an empanada style. There's a word missing. Prepared in an empanada styled what? Anyways, empanada style topped with a tiger stripe drizzle of chocolate syrup and a sprinkle of powdered sugar.
Okay,
So
so
it's
here,
not words are missing.
no,
It's not that words are
there's
missing.
a
It's words that
comma
are
or
there.
something.
No, it should be peanut butter and jelly sandwich prepared empanada style,
Thank you.
topped
Okay,
with tigers. Yeah,
too many
yeah,
words.
yeah.
Listen,
The
I
in
copy
on.
paste this shit, so shame on them. Um, now I will say this: the picture, it's not that appetizing. Like
It's delicious.
I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? I got brown chunks of something with brown on it. Like it's not winning me over. But the name draws me in. I'm like, what the fuck's a saddlebag? Why is it peanut butter and jelly? I must know more. And I'm like, okay, a
Because they're
deep fried
not.
peanut butter and jelly sandwich empanada style.
Yeah, it's peanut butter.
Hmm.
I mean, essentially peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and jelly empanadas. It's basically what it is. The only thing
Which
is
I
they
am
didn't,
sure.
because of the way they're doing this. I think they're like, we don't want to claim these are actually empanadas.
I was going to say, because I'm sure there are Latin people ready
Yeah.
to riot.
So they just say, hey, we did it in the style of an empanada, but we're not
Right.
going to claim that it is an empanada.
Correct.
But it is an empanada. And one problem with it is when they say that it's like, you can carry this around with you. No, you can't. You got all that chocolate syrup on there. That's not something that's conducive to just carrying around. A regular
Well,
empanada, sure, but the toppings of chocolate syrup and powdered sugar, that's not gonna work with that. However,
Right.
that's just critique on why they say it that this way um in some of their marketing here, but otherwise the dish itself looks delicious to me. Bye.
I will
As
say
NSYNC
this.
would say, bye.
As I look at it, the presentation picture is meant to like be aesthetically pleasing. It is not the functional format they describe. Because I think if it's going to be handheld and carried around, it should be like in a wax paper something or other, like a sandwichy type wrap thing. I don't know what, like to make it more functional. Because right now it looks like it's on a lovely white ceramic scalloped
Right.
edge plate, and I'm
That's
like, that
probably
is
just for presentation, honey.
right. So I'm like, I agree with Jeff. Like the way it looks, I'm like, that does not look handheld. However, it can be, I guess. I would try it. I don't think I'd buy it only because a part of me is like, like it's not really impressing me. So if Jeff buys it and he's willing to let me have a bite, I will probably like have a taste, but that's as far as it's gonna go. It's not
Considering
winning
we're
me
at
over.
a fair and we're probably gonna just go around eating a whole bunch of foods, I would definitely be the one that shells out the money for it, and I would definitely share it. I mean, in any of these, I would. But if I'm having
Right.
them individually for whatever reason, that's a different matter altogether. But in
Right.
general, if we're at a fair and we're going around, I'm gonna be getting a lot of food, so I really would like things that are essentially either really shareable or in a smaller packaging, you could say. Like
Right.
one of these if I'm roaming around a fair. But just the idea of having that as a dish for like lunch or breakfast, even in this case, would almost be.
Mhm.
It feels more breakfasty to me
Mm.
in some sense, along the lines of like donuts and kolaches.
Mm. That's fair.
Yeah. Damon?
this would probably be a try it for me. I'm not. It's not pulling me as much as some like other things have that we've had on here before.
Right.
And I admit, like kind of Gary was said, the picture is not the greatest. It's not like appetizing. It's not feeling very appetizing to me. It looks good. It's just not great. And kind of moving on from there, I don't think this is portable. I just don't. This is not going to be something you hold in your hand. I don't think it's going to be something you hold in your hand. So I would try it.
Mm-hmm.
The flavors sound good, but the execution,
Yeah,
not so much. Anyway,
that's fair. All right, so we're gonna kind of stay in this like weird name realm thing. Let's try a rise and swine, since Jeff was mentioning it seemed breakfasty, the last dish. This one is described as shatter the myth that you can't have dessert for breakfast with the rise and swine. This warm brioche-based waffle has pearl sugar nestled into the dough, giving it just the right amount of sweet and caramelization. The waffle is then topped with Camp Bar's classic vanilla custard, a drizzle of Wisconsin maple syrup, gooey caramel sauce, toasted crunch bits, a dusting of powdered sugar, and for a savory twist, 2 made-to-order breakfast sausage links. And in the picture, they are skewered and then stuck into like this dessert concoction.
I'll go first. No, this is,
Oh.
this is
So you're
this
skipping
is a
it.
this is a skip for me. There,
Okay.
okay. There is not like there are elements of this that I am like, oh, that sounds really good. It feels, I hate to say it, literally the sausage was like stuck in there, like added is to like, and now it's breakfast. Like, I mean, yes, it's a waffle, but like they threw the sausage links in there and like, oh, now it's breakfast. Like, no, it's not. It's just sausage. Um, this is like a dessert waffle. Like this is like a Belgian waffle with a custard on top, sugar, caramel, syrup, and then yeah. Does it sound good? Yes. But it would be too rich for me. It'd be too indulgent for me, and it feels kind of like again added on for last minute to make it sound breakfasty.
Jeff, what do
So
you
I would
think?
skip this.
I'm skipping for a different reason than Damon.
Oh, okay.
I think the presentation might be weird, but excuse me. You know my. Like, can you call out one of the things that I'm just not a fan of on this? The ice cream on dough.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like ice
Or
cream, like and cake thing.
custard in
Yeah.
this case.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate for me. If you just didn't have the custard, I'd probably be all for this. Or at least mostly. What actually kind of ruined it for me was the pretentiousness of it.
Mmm.
Brioche-based waffle with pearl sugar nestled into the dough. Oh god! I'm at a freaking state fair. I'm not looking to get pretentious food here.
It's a Belgian waffle. Like
Well, no, not necessarily. Because Belgian waffles, I don't think are
Oh
brioche
my
based.
God. I don't know. I am so tickled by Jeff's like take your foo word bullshit and shove it somewhere
And this is at
else.
camp bar. I'm like, would a camp serve a brioche based waffle with pearl sugar nestled into the dough? No.
If it was run by faggots, it would.
I mean, that's fair. But I mean,
Wow.
that just means that they're. But that's just right. That's the point of faggots is they're very pretentious.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
But
Gary, what about you? Oh,
I'm not for that. I'm a downhole hole. I'm a what is it? I'm not that type
Simple.
of fag.
That's fair.
Gary.
It's a skip.
Ah,
Yeah.
But I would be willing to try it if they made a significant change.
which is
Ditch the sausage. And instead of that, for pork, because it's rise and swine, so they need a swine
I think I know
element.
what you're gonna come up to here for.
I want maple coated bacon crumbles.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. I was like, when I originally heard it, I thought the swine would be bacon, just immediately, and then I was kind of disappointed.
Right, but it's got to be like the crispy, crunchy, like like bacony stuff, like, and not that bullshit bacos, but no, like the real deal stuff. Right, and like I don't want just a little sprinkle. Like no, bitch. Like we're not trying to like to Jeff's point about the foo thing. Like right, like I want a significant amount of it because I want porkiness. You're calling it rise and swine. Two little like shriveled up, flaccid like sausages that are on a skewer do not make swine. It's insulting to the pig. Let alone like those of us that are gonna put it in our mouth. Come on.
Like I'm gonna be blunt here. Those look like Jimmy D sausage, like little.
Like they are.
Like the
are.
Rise and Shine like
sausage links.
Yeah. Fuck that. Shit.
Guaranteed. Jimmy Dean's probably offended, rolling over in his grave, looking at this like monstrosity that they created. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I love sausage with my breakfast, but.
I will back that up and say I have put plenty of Jimmy Dean in my mouth, and I will again because it's convenient and it's good and it's seasoned like to the American palate. It's probably too salty, too much MSG and all that bullshit. So like, it serves a place, but not here,
And I think I would like this better. And this is just me. Like if you had just kept it as a waffle, taken away the custard, added just like a whipped cream. And I agree, like add bacon, add the sausage.
Bacon and sausage.
Yeah.
And just
have
whipped cream instead of custard.
Right. Yeah. I would be all the other things are fine. Like I'm fine with that.
Lean into the swine part more.
That part. That.
And don't get all pretentious on your waffle.
All right.
If you said brioche-based waffle and it was just a brioche-based waffle, I wouldn't think nothing of it. It was when you did pearl sugar nestled into the dough. For Christ's sakes.
All right. Well, everybody hold on to your bitter old man hats. Next up is the shepherd's pie dipper. So the shepherd's pie dipper takes shepherd's pie and makes it handheld. The Irish beef is simmered in a Guinness gravy, then ladled onto a French roll that has been spread with Irish onion dip. The beef is topped with sweet corn niblets, shoestring potato chips, and served with a souffle cup of Guinness gravy for your dipping pleasure.
Sold.
Well, Well, that was easy. Jeff's buying it.
Shut up and take my money.
Put it in my mouth.
Oh
And this
boy.
episode's full of innuendo.
Mhm.
Wait till we get to the description. Oh boy.
Do you need a moment, Damon?
I need a moment. You go ahead.
Okay. This is where I think this was pretentious. I was perfectly fine reading the whole description, and I tried really hard not to throw my opinion into it. I was really good until we got to shoestring potato chips. What the fuck is that?
I mean, that's fair.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is a casserole. I get it. You're trying to make it handheld. So you put it in a lovely bun. And you and you do all this stuff. And it's such just great description. And then you're like, do you know what we need? We need fried crispy bits of something that are technically, I guess, replacing the mashed potatoes.
Right.
That turned me off.
That
I'm
is
irritated.
That is fair. I thought
I am
when you
irritated.
said you were a pretentiousness in the fact that they said souffle cup.
No, that's just a term for the dipping cup thing. So I'm just irritated about the shoestring potato thing. I'm like, really? Do you know what you should have done? In my opinion, I'm sorry, I'm like taking up
I
David's
agree with
space.
this, I think.
But I'm
I
like, put mashed potatoes in a piping bag and pipe it down the middle on top of all of the Irish beef with the gravy, yada yada. You don't have to put it under the broiler to crisp up the top. I don't give a shit about that. But if you're going to call it shepherd's pie, I want some goddamn creamy, unctuous, yummy fucking mashed potatoes.
No,
I
that
don't
would
want
be
no
an improvement for that. I
handicap
agree with you.
bullshit shoestring potato chip things. How dare you?
Yeah,
Take your matchsticks and shove up your ass. I'm offended.
Yeah, you don't need a crunch. You don't look at this and be like, oh, we need something crunchy on this. You don't need a crunch. Here's the thing is, I'm okay with the shoestring potatoes. And they call it chips because the fried, they're chip-like. But they're shoestring potatoes. I'm fine with that, personally. But yes, that would be an improvement. You can make me want it more, is if they just replace the shoestring potatoes with mashed potatoes. Just a spread. You don't need to do the whole piping bag bullshit or anything. Just use that as a spread.
For a moment,
Right
I
over the
thought, Jeff,
top.
you were
Right
going to
over the
say,
top.
for a moment, Jeff, I thought you were going to say, just lunch lady it and put just use the little scooper and put the mashed potato lumps across it or whatever. But,
No,
do like a Subway sandwich and just do some lumps of potato and just spread it around a little bit. Anyway.
Heck,
this is probably going to be
just take one of those spread cake knives, or the cake spatulas even, something like that, or just a knife, a butter knife, just spread it on like butter.
Yeah,
spread them.
But I'm still by the buy category.
Right. For me, this is probably going to be a try it. I like shepherd's pie. I like Irish beef. I think this might be a good idea in theory. I agree with Gary. I think the execution is a little off. And I'm also not a fan of, I would be curious about the Irish onion dip. I'm assuming it's a little bit more creamy base, maybe, as I'm looking at this picture really heavy. But I'm genuinely surprised that this is not on a potato roll.
Yeah, it would be better.
And with the final blow of the wood stake in the heart of the vampire, Damon vanquishes the enemy. How dare you not put it on a potato roll? Fair
Just,
point.
Again, I'm
just
fine
saying.
as is, but I agree with all your improvements.
Yeah. Like, I think this, like I said, this would probably be a try. I feel like if Jim read this description, he would probably be interested in buying it, and I would ask for a bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It offends my culinary want.
Gary is offended.
I am.
I need to make pretentious
I'm gonna
tag.
make
If you
I'm
can-
gonna make a goddamn picket sign, and I'm gonna tell them down with the matchstick potatoes. Get some goddamn mashed potatoes on this thing.
For Christ's sakes, you're at a state fair. This isn't supposed to be fancy food.
Speaking of which,
All right, so moving on as we're getting close to wrapping up, the Wisconsin Bacon Brandy Old Fashioned Bubble Waffle.
So
It says, delight your taste buds as you bite into the crispy yet fluffy bubble waffle, infused with the rich flavors of maple syrup, bacon, and topped with maraschino cherries.
I don't
Or
know.
maraschino, depending on how you pronounce it.
I'm a little on the maraschino cherries, but
I'm a little
I'm
on the
still
bubble
buying.
waffle.
bubble waffle.
Have you not heard of bubble waffles before?
No, I
They
have
are.
not.
By the way, bubble
Yeah.
waffle is a street food.
Okay.
I have heard of bubble. I've heard of bubble waffles before. I have not had them. So that to me, I'm like, oh, okay, it's just a different kind of waffle.
Oh. Okay. I see now. I'm looking at pictures. Sorry, don't get me wrong. I'm looking
That's
at.
okay. I understand.
Okay. It's like, okay, so it's basically a convex. Yeah. Convex
It's an
waffle. So
inverse
instead
of a regular waffle.
yeah, inverse. Yeah. Got it.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. So instead of having the little cups, the little valleys where all the syrup and
Mhm,
everything gets caught, it's the opposite. Everything is outwards, and so you have
Right.
the thin connecting material
Right.
between the bubbles. Yes.
Interesting.
And look,
Okay.
you can buy them for relatively $30 to $50 online apparently if you wanted to have a bubble waffle maker at home.
That's
Or if you're Damon, you can use your Macy's discount and probably get that some bitch for cheaper. That's an inside thing to the patrons. So
I will. Hmm.
This is the type of thing that I would expect at a state fair, by the way.
Right.
Basically, state
Yeah, it's
fair
classic.
food should essentially be street
Classic.
food, right? Don't get too
Yeah.
pretentious on it. Just be weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I would buy this. I would be. The flavors sound very interesting to me. The combination sounds delightful. Like bacon and brandy and maple syrup and I mean cherry. Yeah, I can give or take that, but all of the other flavors sound very interesting to me.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I would buy this. Jeff.
Oh, I said off the top, I was just going to buy it immediately. I said sold.
okay.
Got
Yeah, I mean,
Got it.
I was a little maraschino cherries. That seems odd, but it's not turning me off. I'm just
Yeah.
It got me, give me a little curious. But I mean, just look at the name. Wisconsin Bacon Brandy Bubble Waffle. Old fashioned to add or subtract anything. Bubble
Right.
waffle. And I'm like, oh. Immediately.
Yeah. Gary, what about you?
I'm doing a little research on something, but it's a skip.
Oh.
A skip.
It doesn't do anything for me. It feels a little too classic.
That's fair. That's a fair.
And I'm
fair
like, it's okay. All right, I figured out why it's called old fashioned.
Why?
They're referring to the drink.
Ah.
Oh,
Old fashions can be made with brandy, and they get
Right.
a cocktail cherry, a
right.
maraschino cherry.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
That's
think
fair.
that was a little too difficult to pick up, though. So I think
Mm.
if that's what they're going for,
Yeah,
not sure that
like
works for me.
I just when you said that, it made sense. Like to me, when I read old fashioned, I was like, oh, it's an old fashioned bubble wall. Like,
Right. Right. And I was like, wait. Why are the words in the order that they are? Wisconsin bacon, brandy old fashioned bubble waffle. But they don't put dashes or commas or anything, so you just have to figure out the cadence, I guess. And I was like, let me look up an old fashioned. It's a cocktail made with muddling sugar and bitters with whiskey, sometimes brandy, garnished with an orange slice or a cocktail cherry. So I was
right.
like, right. So they're going with a specific kind of profile thing, and I'm like, eh. Like the fact that it's a waffle with toppings on it, there's nothing revolutionary about it. So I'm like,
Fair.
You know what?
pass.
Sometimes that's the best food.
Agreed.
Gotta go to the classic at times.
I guess so. I don't know. If I'm going to the fair and I'm spending my hard-earned money and I'm fattening myself up, like I want new things. I want different things.
That's fair.
Well, this is different for me. I've never had a brandy old fashioned bacon bubble waffle.
Neither have I. Neither
That's
have
fair.
I've never
I.
had
That's
one of
fair.
those before. It's something. It's a little twist on a classic.
There we go.
I'm okay with that. Again, you go to a fair. It's street food. Don't get all fancy. In this case, all they did was gotten weird. Weird is good.
Speaking of weird,
All right. So we're gonna end the show kind of where we started it, I regret. At least for Jeff. So this is called the Whisk-corn dog. The Whisk-corn dog is a new type of corn dog, alternating bites of plant-based brat. So Damon's out. Crunchy kosher dill pickle and cheddar cheese on a skewer that is dipped into sweet cornmeal batter and deep fried to perfection. So the picture is of one finished and then one halfway through assembly, so you can understand what they've done. However, the assembly picture does not technically match the description because it says alternating bites. Those are not alternating bites, those are segmented bites. Because in the picture, it's all cheese, then all pickle, then all veggie brat, I guess.
Right.
And I'm like, no, alternating means like you rotate through, like you get one and then one and then one and then you go back and you start over again. Like, anyways, I'm being super pedantical and annoyed.
Yeah, you're being very
Maybe
pedantic.
by if they were to actually show that, it wouldn't look as good, so they decided to do a segmented version. So it's like maybe it's just like a portion of it, and they actually do alternate. But
I think if they made it the way I said it, it would look ribbed for our pleasure. I'm just saying. So
that's fair.
For those that don't know and are not watching, one of my favorite things now is to just like get reactions out of David. I'm just saying.
That's fair.
So, anyways, it's a skip for me.
It's good for me.
Yeah, no, this. I'm not. If I'm gonna have a brat, I want like an actual brat. Plant-based brat does not appeal to me in any way, shape, or form.
I figured as much.
The cheddar cheese, yes. The dill pickle, yes. If this had been maybe even a regular brat, yeah, I might give it a shot. If it had been like a hot dog, I definitely would have tried it. But this the way it is, and I get it. It's probably meant to be the vegetarian option because there's people out there that need that stuff, and that's fine and well and good. I'm good. I'm good. Like I would skip this too. Sorry to end this smorgasbord on
We
a
did that last episode too. It's fine.
yeah, bad note, but
Well,
yeah.
so here's the thing. This part 2, I just realized we weren't really won over by anything. The one dish that we all kind of were in agreement on, I think, was the loaded gyro pretzel. That
Right.
we were all willing to buy it, and like, you know, even Damon and I were like, well, we can pick. Like, we can
Yeah.
kind of, you know.
Yeah, I would get that. Yeah, but again, yeah, there are things here I would try. There's just a lot of. I think there are a few things here that I was like, I
There
don't
are a few
need
things
it.
here
I'm good.
which with some changes would be more appealing to some of us.
Right.
And just that
Also that part.
granola bar cream sandwich trio, that's just wrong. It's you can't use granola bars to as for sandwiches unless it's like something that can keep its own its shape itself. Anything that's gooey will just squeeze out.
Well,
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to go the s'mores route, but even the s'mores route, at least the graham crackers are easier to break through, so you're not completely squishing everything out.
mm,
So listen, in these 2 episodes, we've gone through about a fifth of all the foods that are of the 100 plus available at the Wisconsin State Fair this year. The Wisconsin State Fair is August 1st through the 11th, so you've got plenty of time that you could actually, you know, book yourself your own flight and head over and check that stuff out. There's lots of beverages we didn't get into. Both of my co-hosts are welcome for me not putting bug juice up as an option.
Wait, what is bug juice?
you don't. I'll be back. Hang on.
As I say, David, you could just like
Just
turn off
because
your
it has
headphones for a second.
just because it has a disgusting sounding name doesn't mean it's not necessarily a good.
Bug juice is green juice with ice cubes that have real edible bugs in it, and the rim of the cup is caramel sauce with black ants and topped with a scorpion.
I'm completely wrong. I'm just like,
I'm gesturing for
okay,
David
wait
to
a
come
minute,
back
hold
now that-
on. I'm not totally knocking this out. You did give me a little more description. That's it.
And now that you have the description,
I think that's the end of the show. That's a skip. We haven't gotten to the point where we have to eat bugs. I'm sure they're perfectly fine and delicious. Maybe some roasted ants or something, but I would try that. I would try.
anyways.
But this, no. In any case, plain ways to contact us. Let us know what you think of these. Were we right or wrong on any of these? Is there anything that you would have improvement on? Please leave a comment on our blog at cubsoutloud.com where you'll find all the links to all of this. You can also email us at cubsoutloud@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail at 361-COL-TALK. That's 361-265-8255. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Cubs Out Loud, an appropriate place to URL. You can join our entourage chat at bit.ly/telegram-COL. You can find out when we're planning or recording these shows, except for this one where we actually recorded it offline. Sorry, folks. That's why you didn't see a live show this week. But you can find out when we are recording at bit.ly/calendar-COL. You can get various accoutrements such from our Zazzle store, such as a made-to-be shirt, a Consent is My Foreplay shirt, and many other styles, including 2 new sets of lines. Our Whatever the Blank Says series, as well as some new designs by Smashy, the Specialist series. Check it all out at zazzle.com/cubsoutloud. You can find more of Smashy's work over on tpublic.com/user/SmashyTheBear. Please support him as well. You can also become a patron for us at patreon.com/cubsoutloud or send us a donation at paypal.me/cubsoutloud. You can find us on the various podcasting platforms. Please rate us and review us there. The more you rate us, the more people see us in their algorithm, in their feeds. Find me anywhere on the internet as Boxhead, Boxpuppy, Boxcub, Boxcubby, or Box something or other, anywhere online. Demon.
If you wish to get in touch with me, you can find me as TheaterCub79. That's TheaterCub79 on most beer-related sites or on Facebook. Or you can find me as Pup_Umbra on Twitter or PupUmbra79 on Blue Sky. Both of those are not safe for work. For the safe for work stuff, you can go to DMAGamer79 on TikTok or Twitter. Gary?
If you would like to get in touch with me, you can pretty much find me anywhere online as GareBear73.
And with that, say goodnight, everybody.
Who's your bear?
Oh, wrong one.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good one, y'all.
See me.